Welcome to 9 to Thrive, Lead Generation Uncovered with myself, Nikki Williams, business mentor, and Laura Burnett, tech geek and email marketing extraordinaire. Laura and I are passionate about telling you the truth about online business to support your lead generation, growth, and income. And today you'll be learning about why do first impressions count with list building.
Very, very important because we have a very busy inbox. I don't know about you, Nikki, but we have busy inboxes, don't we?
It is inundated, absolutely inundated. And that's why we get a little bit protective about what we see, what we don't see. And that's why we've got to make sure that we're making the perfect impression when we enter somebody's inbox.
100%. And so one of the first things we're going to discuss is basically what you actually see. So like the actual first impression. So when you think about your inbox, it's a bit different depending on what email client you use. But the first thing you see pretty much is the subject header, isn't it? We all see a subject header.
And that actually is the make or break, isn't it? That's the make or break about whether you're actually going to have somebody look at your emails, or if you're suddenly a spam fest, then you're going to be binned right off.
Definitely. And then you also have that first line. So it's normally the first line of your email, or you can customize it and put your own preview text in there. So I always find that's an area that people look at. So when it comes to thinking about a subject line, instantly people think about putting the whole title or the whole meaning of the email in there. So if they've written an email that is talking about, well, we could do one on this. So why first impressions count in email marketing? That could be the subject line. That's probably not going to get people to open.
And also, would you say that's too long?
Yeah, probably too long. And it's probably not going to get people to open. And instead, you could change it up to something, you have 3 seconds. And then inside the email, then go into explain, you've got about 3 seconds to capture someone's email intention in their email inbox kind of thing. So you kind of need to twist the subject line around like that.
It's a teaser.
Yes.
But as long as obviously you deliver the content that the teaser is promising.
That's the main thing, because I have seen that as well, where people have put a teaser, you're like, seriously, what was that for?
Yeah.
So you need to make sure it's relevant. And then another thing that not many people think of is actually, especially in Gmail, you can have a profile photo on your email. Is that profile photo just the letter of the name? So like if mine's Laura, it could just be an L. Or do you actually have the logo or a photo of you in there? And I would say that helps as well when people are recognizing emails to decide on which one that they want to actually open up.
Ah, that's really interesting. So with regard to email marketing platforms, what do they feel about emojis, things like sale, money, anything sort of spammy? What do they think about that with the subject lines?
They don't like it. So they like emojis. Emojis are fine. But things like get £10 off or the magic pill to weight loss. So anything regarding weight loss should be avoided in subject headers. Anything where it talks about money value or anything like that, so-called trigger words, need to be avoided because it will put you in the spam folder more than likely, especially if your email reputation is not good.
And that's an interesting one because I was receiving emails in a launch last week, and a lot of her content, instead of writing free, she'd put F full stop REE. Now, for me as a reader, that bothered me because I felt she was already disguising.
Yes.
So whether she's disguising from me, she was disguising it from the algorithm, the systems and processes that these platforms have. What do you think about that? Because I've seen that more and more.
I wouldn't advise it because but that's because I have the value of honesty and being open and just being you. So don't try to get around the algorithm in that kind of sneaky
It's kind
way.
of working with it. So it's understanding what to avoid. And actually, as we always say, just give insane value. And if you're giving insane value, you just need to get them to click on that inspirational subject line, that, wow, I need to know this now. So some people say, sorry to see you go.
Yeah.
Now, things like that should only be used, surely, on occasions.
Yeah, you don't want to use it all the time, do you?
People will tire from that. But when you're doing a certain sequence where you set up, don't you, to try and clear your list to make sure that they want to be there, you may use that.
That's perfect. It's appropriate for time. And it is about them first impressions. So that person who's done F dot to put 3, that's not a good first impression, has it, that it's left?
No, not at all. No, I just felt, oh, it's a bit spammy. It's a bit automatically, I'm thinking she's a salesy person, which I know she is. But obviously, for whatever reason, she's been taught a way to do this to try to go underneath and around.
And as people will learn who's listening, we do not teach the salesy way. We teach the
insane value
PA strategy. I'm just calling it now. And that then leads on to, so that's your first impression when you get them in the inbox. So obviously the subject line and stuff, but then they're going to open your email, and first impressions still count here. So gone are the days of the newsletter style, because I hate the word newsletter, the newsletter style emails where you have blocks all over, images all over, you've got sections. So book of the week, and then you've got tech of the week and this of the week and all that kind of stuff. They work for some people, but majority of people, no, but it doesn't work. And people don't want that. People don't want one that comes out and it tells them, oh, this is my latest blog this week. This is my latest podcast this week. Oh, also, this is one of my best posts I made on social media this week. Nobody's bothered. Nobody cares. The first impression straight away is going to be, it's all about you. And we don't want that. We want someone to go into your inbox and think, this is going to be a good read. Not a long read. This is going to be a good read. And it's going to help me. And that's what we want. So it's very important from the beginning that you get that right. Because once you've set off a bad impression, people just stop opening your emails. So it's super important, that first impression. So we always encourage people, just create a text-based email pretty much. It can have a header at the top, which can be with all your branding. That's Nikki's bag that. So it's always important to keep the consistency into it, Nikki, with your branding.
Yeah, it's simple but consistent. So, not adding, like, I've seen many what they call newsletters, just full of graphics and various things, and they don't match, and it's just all too much noise. So be aware that less is more, but make that less bit consistent and on brand, if that makes sense.
Exactly. And when it comes to the images, just think, every time you add an image to an email, you are adding code to the email, which is also making the email clients like Gmail and things suspect, oh, could this be spam? So we always want to make sure we've got a good proportion of text to imagery. We don't want like 5 images and 1 paragraph of text. So it needs to all be.
And like it's across the board, really, not just with the email marketing. Stop filling stuff with fluff. And it's just, let's go back to basics. Let's keep it simple. And it's about the transformation that you're promising within that email, that knowledge, that expertise that you're sharing, not about the fluff.
Exactly. We don't want the fluff. So keep it simple. So literally header at the top, hi, first name, hey, first name, however you say hi, hello, whatever it is, and stick to that because it does stick. And then write the email in a way that is providing total value. So we're not teaching real email writing on here. But just think about them first impressions. That first paragraph, you want to capture their attention, and then you do not want to bore them. So we do often see that with clients and sometimes where they'll have really long emails, and then we always encourage, make it shorter. Like Nikki said, remove the fluff. Then sign it off. Try and put your personality in it in some way, to put your personality in it. And then that is it. It does not need to be like overly complicated. That first impression is just what's going to count. And then finally, that brings us to the last bit. So you've got the bit where the subject header is. So that's your first impression when you get into the inbox. Then you've got the first impression when they're reading your email and looking at your email. And then also the first impression from when they join your email list. So I know I used to always confuse Nikki with this because I call it a welcome series. Some people call it the trust email series. Some people, I don't know what the names there is. There's a lot of different names for it.
All of the different ones are nurture. There's all these words, and it's just distinguishing the difference between each one.
Yes.
And I think, you know, because we're putting together a brilliant guide on this, and I think it's not just me that would have got confused about this. I think many people do, because of all this
They do.
terminology, and actually people need to make sense of it, don't they?
They do. So I'm going to explain Welcome Series, hopefully very quickly, which is very simple. But basically, let's just say I'm brand new to Nikki's world, and I want to sign up to Nikki's freebie that she has on. You have a Power Hour one, don't you?
I do, yeah. I'm the queen of power hours.
So I'm going to sign up to Nikki's freebie on Power Hours. So I sign up for it, brand new to her world, and obviously the first email I am going to get is going to be that email basically giving me the thing that I've asked for. So I've given her my email address. I want your freebie. So she's going to give me that freebie in that first email. That's the general first impression that most people make. But what we like people to do is take it one step further. And 30 minutes later in that inbox, because Nick is amazing and has this set up, I would get a welcome email from her, which is basically an email, because I'm brand new to her list, that I get that tells me who the hell Nikki is, why I should be following her, what I can expect from her in her email marketing world. It brings across a personality, anything interesting about it'll show me a picture of her, and it lets me just know, like, and trust Nikki in that email. And that's what we talk about a welcome series. So welcome series is separate to the lead magnet itself. So yes, I'm going to get some emails about this power hour that I've signed up for, but I'm also going to get, because I'm brand new to a list, a welcome into her world, which is going to make me feel like I know her. I want to open her emails. She sounds like my person. Or it's going to be like, who the frick are you? I don't like you. You seem horrible already. I'm unsubscribing. But at least I've done it early doors. You know? Could go one of two ways.
But it's true. It's like, because you want to make it a relationship building process from the get-go. So you've done your job of giving them an insanely valuable lead magnet. You've brought them into the list, which means they are now warm. Okay, they are now a warm lead. And so therefore you want to grow that relationship. So we're starting, as we mean to go on, with that first impressions count, and you know, giving them insane value all the way through. But you've got to put a person behind the email platform. Who are they hearing from?
100%. And that's pretty much it. That's your first impressions. And if you get that right, people, and you keep it consistent, then people are going to open your emails, they're going to read your emails, they're going to invest in you, they're going to buy from you. But if you do it the wrong way and you're spammy from the beginning, or you're too salesy at the beginning, you don't welcome them to your world, your subject lines are terrible and they're just misleading people, it's not a good first impression. They're going to stop opening your emails. You've just wasted all the effort in getting that email address, which we do not want. I think that pretty much summarizes that. Do you think?
It's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
So that is it from us over at 9 to 5. So, of course, you can follow both me and Nikki on our preferred platform over on LinkedIn, or you can follow us over on Instagram under the Thrive Business Academy. And other than that, we will see you on the next episode.